What's happening, everybody? It's Shawn with Reactions to the Classics, and today we have a top 10 of the band Embrace, brought to us by a friend, longtime patron, and supporter of the channel, Ian. Thank you, Ian. Always appreciate you. Ian has introduced me because I steal all his reactions from Trey. He has introduced me to many groups that I very much enjoy, and I have a feeling this is going to be another one after looking at the research. So let's check out that research a little bit. Ian says, Embrace, a more traditional rock band influenced by the British pop bands such as Oasis and The Verve. After a run of successful EPs in 1997, the band burst onto the mainstream late 90s music scene in 1998 with a string of top 10 singles and a much anticipated debut album, Goodwill Out, which had mixed reviews. I tend to agree the individual songs work better standalone than as an album, but there were some classics on that first album, though it doesn't completely dominate my top 10. The rest of the individual albums are well worth a listen. I personally like their Out of Nothing fourth album the best, as it evokes memories of running around the base I worked at and how I would speed up and sprint during the rousing chorus of Someday. I love it, man. All I found, just a little bit of background, they're an English rock band formed in West Yorkshire, England in 1990. They consist of brothers Danny McNamara and singer Danny McNamara and guitarist Richard McNamara, bassist Steve Firth, keyboardist Mickey Dale, and drummer Mike Heaton. They have released 7 studio albums, and that's really all I have. We're going to have tons of videos today, so that is going to be fun. Little upfront business. The songs will not be in the reaction themselves, but they'll be in the Vimeo link below. Click on it, check it out. Like I said, we got a lot of videos. You want to be able to see those. If you already know all this stuff, just want to know what I think, hang around and you will get my thoughts. I don't know these guys at all. Never even heard of them. Another one of those divides we talk about oftentimes at the channel, that here in the States where we are, there's so much good music, specifically that came from the UK, that we've never even heard of. The band's never even made one minor dent in the US market at all, and this is one of those bands. So we're going to start out with the number 10, Come Back to What You Know, from the Goodwill Out album in 1998. Ian says, a solid track that went to number 6 in the UK charts in 98. A beautiful video with high production values and a soaring song to match. For me, an 8. He ranks every song. I love it. This was their highest charting single until the release of Nature's Law in 2006. I'll have the video up. I'll be down in the little screen in the bottom. Let's check it out. Come Back to What You Know. Really enjoyed the video. It's very intriguing. Like, what are all these people doing? You got the swimmer, you got the police officer, you got all these people who are dropping stuff. The guy walking the dog. You're dropping stuff and you're led somewhere, and they all ended up at the airport, but reuniting with a significant other, and it kind of fits the tone, obviously, of the song. Come back to what you know, take everything real slow. I want to lose you, but I can't let you go. And then even in the pre-chorus, so take it easy on yourself. There's nothing new about regretting how you felt. I'll never let you down or ever feel the way that I've been fearing now. And then the chorus, I'm coming back to what you know won't mean a thing. Everything that you've done keeps you from me. Now I know that I need more time. Come back and let me see you're right. So then the bridge is pretty indicative of the tone of the song. So hang on to what you got. Keep it safe. Hang on to what you got. Keep it safe from harm. You'll find there's nothing new that we can't leave behind. So come back to me. I thought that was a really well done song. Really enjoyed it. And I think Danny's lead vocals, very strong vocalist, man. So enjoy that one. Now we're going to go to an audio only tune on YouTube. It's Fireworks from the Fireworks EP, and then also on the Goodwill Out album. Ian said, the first Embrace song I remember hearing in the grandiose stadium rock anthem appealed to me instantly. Another belter, an 8 for him. Fireworks, also enjoyed that one. Maybe not quite as much as the first song we heard, but I still liked it. More of a reflective song, I guess. I stretch over to reach you. I tried to meet you. I've been wrong. Now the fireworks in me are all gone. So that's where we get the title from. It's time I realize, my girl, you make all the smart moves and you see through all my wrongs. And then, of course, and I don't need convincing. I've seen enough to want to try and change things. You fell in love. I fell in line. I thought I'd found my place before I knew how much it cost to play it safe. Have I let you? I never let you down. And that's how he finishes in the chorus 2 as well. So enjoyed that one. I thought the vocals on it, once again, were fantastic. And the instrumentation is great because it was dialed back. Like, it's exactly what it needs to be. It's not over the top. And sometimes bands, they take it over the top in the instrumentation because, hey, man, I want my guitar player to feel important. I want my bass player. And those guys are very important. But, like, sometimes you got to just let the vocals and the lyrics speak for themselves. So really good choice. Now we'll go back to YouTube for a video. Number 8 In Ian's top 10 Embrace songs, we got Nature's Law from the album This New Day in 2006. Ian says Embrace's highest chart position, number 1 in Scotland, number 2 in the UK overall. Instantly recognizable as an Embrace song, highly produced and orchestrated. A good song, but it just doesn't quite get me like the top 5 songs, which are in the Premier League of music. 8.25. This was the lead single off this album. Nature's Law, what a video, right? I'd love to see the backstory of this video. I mean, he starts out in a forest, it's nighttime, and then he walks out to the clearing, and there's the band, and they're playing it live, and so it's dark, and then later on in the video, it's light. So I imagine they were out there all day long in the snow. How cold was it? How difficult was that? No one has any gloves on. Wow, man. But a nice tune, man. Definitely built for chart success. Nice verses that build up into a anthemic chorus. I try to fight the feeling took me down. I struggled and I lost the day, you knocked me out. Now everything's got meaning, the meanings bring me down. I'm watching as a screening of my life plays out. So everything has meaning, but not in a good way. Every day I fight these feelings. For your sake, I will hide the real thing. You can run all your life, all mine I will chase. So I guess she's broke up with him and he's going to pretend like he's all right with it, but he's really not. Of course, you should never fight your feelings when your very bones believe them. You should never fight your feelings. You have to follow nature's law, so he's not going to apologize for wanting her. So really, really well done. And so far, I'm super impressed with Danny's lead vocals. His brother Richard on lead guitar is great. Bass, Steve Firth. I'm just looking here. Mickey Dale on the keys. And Mike Heaton on those drums. Very well done. Everything is just really well done. Really tightly produced. Now we're going to go to number 7. Love is a Basic Need off the album of the same name in 2018. Some more recent. Ian says, showing that they still have the knack to write a top rock song. The McNamara brothers roll out this very satisfying song. They haven't moved on much musically from where they started. But when it's good, why change it? That's a good point. Another 8.25 for Ian. All right, Love is a Basic Need. That was impressive, right? For several reasons. One, it's 2018, so we're all these years later. And as I said during the video, it's always interesting to see these guys. Like, I've never seen them, so then I see them younger, and all of a sudden they're this much older. It's always strange how you see that in the music world when you don't know these people. And all of a sudden, like, oh, wow, you aged 20 years. The guitar playing by Richard gets to show up. That was quite the solo there towards the end. And Danny's vocals, he still sounds fantastic. Just the whole video, we got the backing chorus, we got the strings. Everybody is just firing on all cylinders. I just think they sound great. Steve on the bass is fantastic. The drumming is great. Everything is good. Mickey on the keys over there. You see him on the Hammond. Everything is great there too. So just so well done. My favorite song so far, kind of by a wide margin, even though I've liked all of them. And the lyrics are simple. You know, I'm on an island, water won't reach. A Titanic diamond under the sea. Don't you be frightened. I know we're in deep. The root of all evil as flowers it feeds. They grow through the pavement and break the concrete, only to die there under your feet. And of course, and I know everything you want, because it's everything I'm not. And you're everything I'm never going to be. Only love is a basic need. And then he just plays off of that. I mean, there's not a lot of lyrics to this song. There's 2 choruses. The second chorus just expands the only love is a basic need, basically. But in a 6.5 minute song, it just works so well because the instrumentation, the vocals, everything are working on all cylinders. Like I said, my fave by far so far. Now we're going to go to Follow You Home at number 6 off the Embrace album in 2014. Ian said, just as good as many of the band's previous singles. When released in 2014, the world had moved on, and it didn't even chart in the world of iTunes and downloads. And again, an 8.25 for Ian. Follow You Home, more anthemic than any song we have had so far. A soaring instrumentation dives in there on the Follow You Home. Starts out the girl we think's writing a number on his hand, her number, and it doesn't turn out that way at the end, but I'll get to that in a minute. Well, he starts out, well, sometimes I see an end disguised as a beginning, and sometimes I feel the force of the blow, and every day I take my toe and dip it in the water. Every day it almost freezes me whole. So I think he's talking about the dating world here, right? It looks like I'm off the team, a survivor on the screen, like I've got nothing left with nothing to show, and there's no reason to pretend. Your middle name's forgiving. I can see you've got a party to throw. And then that chorus, that, oh, I'm going to follow you home, which, you know, could be seen as stalking a little bit, but I'm going to go with it's fun. You know, verse 2 goes, I won't quit while you're ahead. I won't pay for what I said. You're going to have to take it out of my nose because every word just makes me choke, makes me sorry that I spoke. That's what I get for talking back, I suppose. I've been queuing up for this. Now my name's not on the list, and I missed who to call to get to the show. Well, I don't mean to rush you on. I was stood here all along, and I've been waiting for a lifetime or so. So he kind of feels left out of the game, out of the party, whatever analogy you want to use. And he goes, so I wrote you letters, sang you songs, but nothing works on you no more. I know it's much too late, but I can't let go. Is there still hope? I'm going to follow you home. So there's a theme on all these songs, or most of these songs so far, right? The love that was not returned, and he's not letting it go. But it could be a stalker song. But he says at the very end, it's set on your wall that you're over me, your image and outline that burns my screen. But I'm not your stalker, it's just my need. I said it to see if you'd follow me. So I guess if you proclaim you're not the stalker, then you're not. But a really good song, like I said, nice and anthemic. Well, we're up to the top 5. We got My Weakness Is None of Your Business off the album The Goodwill, out in 1998. Ian says, lovely, highly stylized video. The band obviously had some serious backing from Virgin to make these videos. Powerful, and 8.75 for Ian. I found it became their third top 10 single, coming in at number 9. My Weakness Is None of Your Business. That video was one of the most impressive videos I've ever seen. I'll tell you why. No one was moving in the video, right? No one. It was insane, man. You only had Danny moving. Everyone else. And the only way you could tell, I'm like, are these guys real? You could see their hands shake just a little bit. Like the difficulty of doing that video has got to be off the charts. The cinematography was great, especially when we went outside, getting some low shots, panning up, just getting an idea of the grandiose landscape. Just a fantastically done video. Sometimes those videos are so good it's hard to concentrate on the song, but a really good song. He talks about, don't want to let you down. I've been lucky. I was lost. Now I'm found. You could be the first in the universe who's glad they're watered down. Pre-chorus. That's why I get that shallow feeling that you like. I'll never learn that I can't win in the chorus, because my weakness is none of your business. The bad will always collect to one big melting pot, and all my weakness is none of your business. Somehow it always collects to one big melting pot. You get that la 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 la, and then that coda, this could be our time. So once again, not a ton of lyrics. Once again, sort of the same sort of theme, but man, that video in particular was just fantastic. And now we're going to go over to Spotify for the first time and only time. We got the song Someday off the Out of Nothing album in 2004. Ian says, choir-like, epic feeling, loud, full of energy, joyous, emotional. Although long, I feel the last 120 of the song does leave a satisfying completion. They couldn't have taken the song any further. A song full of memories of a particular time and place in my life, Ian says, and has a lovely backstory. The chorus, which was written in 1997, hanging around for its partner verses to make it complete in its 2004 release. Fantastic, energetic, and a 9 for Ian. Someday, I agree with Ian. The last 120 does work. It soars up, get a little bit of chorus action in there. I definitely think it works, and I think this song has enough tempo changes in it that it doesn't feel like 5:38 at all. I really did like it. Someday you're going to see the way I see things. Break out of that box that keep you sealed, and someday you'll find the real thing. Someday you're going to feel the isolation because no one wants you with them. Someday I'm going to bring you back, and you won't know how to act. The world you think you saved is changing fast. I get in that great sound on that pre-chorus, and all that runaway will run their last. If you turn away, you can't turn back. The time has come to make waves, and it just don't matter too much to me. If you can't run, because I will carry you upon my back until you're safe, and you will feel the way I feel someday. That's the chorus. Great message to this. It ends out with the bridge. Now a light is going to shine on you and I. A light is going to shine. Yeah, a light is going to shine. They go into that just fantastic coda on the outro. So I really did enjoy that. I mean, I think everybody was kind of firing on all cylinders on that instrumental, but for me, Danny is the star of this band on the lead vocals, and that's not always the case in a band, but everybody else is good. Now we're up to number 3. We got Gravity off the Out of Nothing album in 2004. Once again, Ian says, a Chris Martin song totally owned by Embrace. The song is a Coldplay Phil, who supported Embrace on their Drawn from Memory album tour, a solid 9. I found it was the lead single, went to number 7. Written by Coldplay. The song was first performed live by Coldplay in 2002. Ultimately, Coldplay frontman Chris Martin gave the song to Embrace, although Coldplay released their own version in 2005 as a B-side to their single Talk. It later became the theme song to the TV show Mike Bassett Manager, which if you're in the UK, that means something to you. Nothing to me here, but thought I'd throw that in there. Right, Gravity definitely sounds like a Coldplay song, but doesn't not sound like an Embrace song from what I've seen. So far, I found a little more on this. After the disappointing reception of Embrace's third album, If You've Never Been, several of the members of the band had to take day jobs, and the band knew they'd have to come back with a splash to find success. They'd planned to use eventual hit Ashes as their comeback single, but Coldplay's Chris Martin, a close friend of Danny McNamara, decided to give Gravity to Embrace. So that was awfully nice of him. Went to 7 on the charts, and I can see why. Just a really good song. Well done video. The verse, honey, it's been a long time coming and I can't stop now. Such a long time running, I can't stop now. Do you hear my heart beating? Do you hear that sound? Because I can't help thinking and I don't look down. So he doesn't want to overthink. And then I looked up at the sun and I could see all the way that gravity turns for you and me. And then I looked up at the sky and saw the sun and the way that gravity pulls on everyone. So well-written song, very well performed, and I'm glad obviously that it was a hit for them, and I don't think anybody in the Embrace fan community should resent it, considering the fact it's crazy, man. These guys had 3 albums, some really good songs, and they got to work day jobs, man. The music business is freaking brutal. Now up to number 2, A Glorious Day, off that same album, Out of Nothing in 2004. Ian says, just pips Gravity for my favorite from Out of Nothing. This is one of those songs that sends shivers down my spine. Interesting reference to a 9-day wonder that I only looked up when trying to learn the song on guitar years later, reaching up to a 9.25 for Ian. I found the single went to number 28 in the UK, and he included a link for the 9-day wonder. And after I looked through this stuff, here's actually what it means. It isn't something wonderful that took 9 days to achieve, but something which becomes boring after 9 days. Keep that in mind as we watch the video and listen to the lyrics. A Glorious Day, just a beautiful song that absolutely works with the beauty of Danny's voice, man. And the venue they were at there, that venue seems familiar to me, man. I did a song battle, Liam Gallagher against somebody, and I swear he was at that venue. That's neither here nor there, but I'm like, I know that venue. That was a while back. The old brain still works at some point. But the song itself, who could send something so pure to lure me away? I fought with the last of my breath in the chorus, but you came along on a glorious day. By the time that you left, I was crawling again. Yeah, you came along on a glorious day. Now I want you to save me again. The fire that they said would burn just lights up the way. I lie in the place where I fell. And 3 years on, this 9-day wonder won't go away till you bring an end to my hell. So that explains it's not a 9-day wonder like you would think a wonder. It's boring. So till you bring an end to my hell. So, and then it just continues on. And then bridge, let them all keep their plans, because all I want is in my hands, and I can't look down. Back then I had it all, and now I want it back. That's all, and I can't get out. Just what a fantastic song, and just a great bridge there. They really utilize the bridge fantastically in a lot of their songs. Not all artists do that. And now at number 1, we got All You Good People from the album of the same, or the EP of the same name, and also the Goodwill, out in 1998. Ian said, one I've requested on our Twitch live streams before, a very quirky American death row video with one of the most powerful 90s rock anthems, the song that grabbed people's attention through radio airplay and sent the band on their 25-year career, has to be a 10. It is a true classic. I found it is their debut single on the Fierce Panda label. Only 1,300 copies were made in 97, but the airplay received by radio shows was enough to gain significant recognition. An EP containing the song, which I talked about, was released in October of 1997, peaking at 8 on the UK chart. The 1,300 originals mixed by renowned dub and electronica artist Ott are now collector's items. Let's check out Numero Uno. Wow, what a powerful video. All You Good People. I wonder what it's like to film a video like that, right? I mean, what did Danny feel like? Because, I mean, they went through the whole like process of what it's like to be in death row here in America, which is a whole nother thing. I can't believe that we kill people, murder people in this way. I realize the whole eye for an eye, I'm not going to get the whole death penalty morality of it all, but it's unbelievable that we as human beings do that. But what a fantastic song. I mean, what a fantastic, powerful song. The video just definitely went to it. Verse 1, I feel like I'm at something. You always say you need more time. I'll stay right here, and I'll wait for good until I find a love worth mine. Someday you've got it coming. It hurts me when I read the signs so loud and clear that I'll make you glad if I'm leaving first and crying. And that chorus, all you good people, listen to me. You're just about done with the way that you feel, because nothing rings home enough to dig your heels in. You don't have to leave me to see what I mean. All you good people, listen to me. Once again, there is not a lot of lyrics in their songs, but they draw out the lyrics, not in a bad way, in a good way, and just everything works together. Before I get into my favorite tracks, let's check out Ian's honorable mentions. He says, for me, Near Life, I Run, and All That Remains, with its fantastic official orchestrated official video. And of course, the 2006 FIFA World Cup England song, World at Your Feet. One of the least worst football songs, just don't quite make it despite the nostalgia value. He says, in summary, Embrace are another 90s band that didn't make it outside the UK, but did manage to sustain their creativity over several decades, as I think this shows, with 6 UK top 10 singles. They were more commercially successful than all but the top few Brit pop era bands, and were a festival favorite throughout the late 90s and early 2000s. Ian says he's seen them several times at the V Festival, and a festival is a perfect location to see them. I have nothing but love for them, and they're a really good group. Look, man, I didn't give enough shout out to Mickey on the keyboards, to Steve on the bass, to Mike Heaton on the drums. It's fantastic, but Richard, really good, understated lead guitarist, gets it done, can hammer out the solos, but doesn't try to take it over. And then Danny, I've been on it, man, but he's a star. He's a very good vocalist. So let's get to my honorable mentions and my face. My honorable mentions come back to What You Know, Follow You Home. I like the anthemic realm of that one. Someday and Gravity. My faves, Love is a Basic Need. I thought that was fantastic. The most recent song on the list, too, from 2018. And then the last two, A Glorious Day and All You Good People. Man, once again, the video on that especially is top notch, but it's a great song as well. So thank you, Ian. You always bring me great stuff. Embrace, a really good group. A really good group, man, that I will go check out a little bit more of their stuff at some point when I have time, whatever that means, right? When do I ever have time? Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Thank you to all the patrons. If you like to support us in any way, check out the Patreon link below or the Patreon link on the end screen. Until next time, guys, I will see you.